hopefully I'm doing this right. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to take a look at, I've just done what's in the box, and I looked at, what was in this box over here, and I'm just going to look at a couple of puzzles that I've got in the box. Not all of them, only some of them, and then because that'll bore you to tears if I look at everything that's in the box. I mean, what can you do with a cube stand? Well, this one says cube on it, so I'm not sure who made it. And the inside it says world's #1 puzzle. Okay, well, there's a cube stand. Okay, what are you going to do with that? Never mind. Rox's dumb humor. Okay, so, right. Looking at this, I've got a number of puzzles here on the table, and I'm going to take a look at sliding tile puzzles first, okay? Now, we'll start off with this one, because this is a pretty standard sliding tile puzzle. It's a kid's puzzle. It's got 9 sections to it, if I can get the piece out. It's got 9 sections to it. Oh, for crying out loud. I cut my nails off the other day, and when I cut my nails off, I can't do anything. Okay, here we go. Alright, so it's got 9 pieces to it, and a sliding tile is just that. The tiles slide around as such, and you mess them up, and the object then is to put the puzzle back into its original picture. And in this case, it's really easy because I haven't messed it up very much. This particular puzzle, my daughter bought it for me from Big Lots or Dollar General or something like that in the States. And it's a really cheap puzzle, and as such, it turns like a really cheap puzzle. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying as many dollar store puzzles as you can find, because they're just really bad quality. But, we expect that when we go to dollar store. So anyway, this is just a 3x3 grid. This is a very simple, very easy puzzle. They get a little bit harder. Now, the next puzzle I have is one that we purchased here locally. This was from our favorite wholesale shop. And, oh, there it is. Sorry, it was in the wrong order. This particular puzzle is made out of wood, and the object is to do exactly the same thing, to mess up the photograph and then put it back together again. So I messed it up ever so slightly, and I'm going to put it back together again. There we go. Alright, so this one was an advertisement for Marsh International, and it's Cindy's Diner, Marsh Restaurants, and Movenpick Restaurants. We do have Movenpick in Hong Kong, but they've never given these out, so where it comes from, I don't know. Obviously not for giving giveaways in Hong Kong. Now, so that's a 4-piece puzzle. So that's a 15 puzzle. 15 for 16 holes in it, 15 tiles. All right. This one has 15 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 14 tiles. And again, it's the same thing. Mess it up, put it back together. This one is really bad form, because if you hold it up this way, it's automatically messed up. It's also very old, so the pieces, again, are, a little bit, surprisingly, loose. I would have thought they would be more stuck together than they are. It's by McDonalds Corporation. This is plastic, much better quality than the one that we picked up from Dollar General or Big Lots or whatever that place was called. Okay, the next one is slightly different. This one, Dr. Pantazi's Hulis and I picked up, and we picked it up at the Hong Kong Toys and Games Fair, and interesting. This one is for New Creation Limited, and it's in Kowloon Bay. Interesting. Okay. And as I tip it over, I can see something that I've never noticed before. It's got a opening and closing on it. So let's see what happens. Right. Nope, I can't open and close it. Okay, well, anyway. Alright, so up here is oh, it's just nothing. I suppose there's probably like a mirror or something inside. This one's a little bit different. This one has 16 full pieces to it, okay, and it's got 17 slots. Now, you'll notice that I took out the piece that goes into the 17th slot. So, to play this puzzle, got to remove that. And then I can slide my pieces up and down and around. Okay. Now what the solution for this particular puzzle is, well, I don't know, because the puzzle really doesn't have a valid picture on it. This one's quite nice because as I turn it over, I can see the answer is right there. So we're making the arrows follow. This one can go in any direction. Up, down, over. I don't know. That makes no sense. Up, over, down, over, up. Okay. So it gives me the solution on the back side of this puzzle. This one is not opening up for me, but I can see that there are corner bits there. There's hinges on it, so I'm assuming that there's something written inside for this puzzle. Looks to me, though, that this one is glued together. Probably a mirror or an advertising card or something like that. Some such thing inside the puzzle. Yeah, it's glued together. Okay, so I'm going to put that one together. Alright, another sliding puzzle that I've got in here. This is a 15 puzzle. This one is made out of metal. I think, I'm trying to think of where I got it from. It was an online shop. I cannot for the life of me remember. It's made out of aluminum. Pretty heavy puzzle. Nice quality. As you can see, it slides around fairly easily. I bought it online from a company. I cannot remember what company I bought it from. Sorry, folks. Binary Arts, maybe. Binary Arts, possibly. Not sure. But then there's no logo on it, and they usually logo there, so probably not. Well, this is billiard balls, and you just get them in the order 1 to 15. And this one is 16 holes, 15 pieces. Comes in a nice little package. I won't scratch it because it's in there. Binary Arts. Okay. Alright, just a couple more puzzles in here. I've got a Sudoku square. Now, this was like, you know, I hunted and hunted and hunted for this one. Couldn't find it for a long time. Finally got it, and you know, with puzzles, when it rains, it pours. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things, I think. Oh, anyway, a lot. So how does the Sudoku square work? Well, on one side you have one plunger that moves 3 pieces, and on the other side you have 1, 2, 3, 4 plungers that move 4 pieces. So if I want to move this bottom piece and I want it to go up, I've got to push that over that way, push that down that way, release that up there, and there it's moved. Okay, so let's do that again. I want this bottom piece to go up. Oops. Push it in, push the top down, let that go, and now I moved it up. Well, let's move one more, so we'll get this one going in the opposite direction so you can see that it actually is working the way I want it to work. So we'll move it over, down, over, up, and now, see? Bam! Opposite direction. I can do that with any of these tiles. I want those tiles to move a little bit, same direction, over, up. There we go. I've moved it into the top position. I want that one to move, sorry, this one to move up, over, down, over, up. There it is. It's moved. Okay. First row. Nothing's happening. Well, why not? Because as I push it over, there's a block. Okay, so the top row, I can push to my heart's content, push it down, but it's not going to spring back on me. Okay, so that's a Sudoku square. These are made by Gabriel Toys. They came out with a number of different designs on them. Sold by Gabriel Industries, division of CBS of all things. Hagerstown, Maryland, made in Japan, patent pending. I wonder what that means. It was original from 1981. I've taken these apart, and there's just a couple of screws in there. Very easy puzzle to take apart if you're interested in seeing what happens in the back. So that's Sudoku square. This one is called a Uuri block. And I hunted for a Uuri block for a long time. I wanted one of the rainbowy colored ones. Couldn't find it. And I thought, okay, forget it. Just about given up hope. And lo and behold, up on eBay shows up this one. And nobody bid against me. So, you know, I picked it up for a song. No idea how much, but it was cheap enough or I wouldn't have it. And what does this do? Well, this particular puzzle, as you can kind of see, if I angle it that way, has got, yeah, there we can see it. It's got arrows on it, okay? And the arrows, I have to line this up, okay? The arrows are what push, and it goes in the direction of, sorry, it's got to be absolutely flat. It goes in the direction of the arrow. So those two arrows push that way, and these two arrows push that way. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, these two arrows push, this one and this one push down, but because this one's got the blocks in there, it won't push down. I can move this one down, and these one and this one go up. This one, again, has blocks, but I can move that one up. What a pretty pattern. Okay. My puzzle is mucked up anyway. I don't care why I'm... Oh, I see. Okay. This has got to be lined up absolutely perfectly to be able to move it, and they are a little bit loose, so they're sliding on their own. This is official league IPC Adite group, and then it's got a number on it. It's Italy 1990, and it was made in 1986, copyright 1986. So I'm guessing that that's for that particular design. The copyright was 1986. So this is a Uuri block, sliding block puzzle. This one has 16 pieces, just like the Sudoku square, and like the Sudoku square and the Uuri block, all 16 pieces will move. They just move through the use of plungers. Alright, the last sliding tile puzzle I'm going to show you is something called a swissmad. Swissmad came out, well, looking at the puzzle itself, I don't know when swissmad came out. Anyway, Swiss, with that name, of course it's a Swiss puzzle. I'm not sure when swissmad came out. Whenever. Late 1990, early 2000s? I'm not sure. Anyway, it took me a long time to finally manage to get this one, and for the life of me, I could not tell you, I really couldn't tell you where I got it from at the end of the day, but I managed it. This one is also a sliding block puzzle. Now, what you see is what you get, or is it? When I push these sliders, a clear hole appears there, and that one's red. I move it down, clear hole is there, and that one's red. Can't move it over this way. This side only goes up and down. This side only goes back and forth. Go up. Oh, wait a minute. That was clear last time, and now there's a piece in there. Oh dear. Let's go over. And I've got 4 clear pieces there. 4 clear pieces there. Now, what's happening here? Okay. There are holes. These pieces don't go any further. I don't know if you can see it through the internet. Probably not. I don't think my camera is good enough to pick up on that. But, for example, this white piece is white on this side. There's a hole in there. There's a piece of plastic. And it's red on the other side. So when I move them around, it's just shifting those red and white pieces. They don't go from face to face. There are always a certain number of white pieces on this side and a certain number of red pieces on this side. But when it slides into those extra holes, we're just moving them around like a sliding tile puzzle. One side only slides left to right. The other side only slides up and down, which makes this one a clever puzzle. So that's a swissmad for you. And oh my goodness, are we done? That's the end of the sliding tile pieces. Okay, I'm going to show you one last one. Not quite sliding tile. I wonder. This one is a moving piece. There are 20 little buttons in here, if you will. Really, really tiny, tiny buttons. I'm playing with them. It's a kid's ruler, made in Korea. And, you know, as I said, I needed a ruler one day that had metric buttons on it. I was working in school, stopped by one of our local, what do you call it? Local newspaper stand, and picked up a puzzle. The first rule I could find. Little did I know it had a puzzle on it until I got it to work, and the kids started playing with it, and I thought, huh, wait a minute, and I put that in my puzzle box. So this is a Moonchi puzzle ruler, and I have no idea what the Korean says. If anybody can read that, you know, good luck. Let me know what it says. And there's a bunch of sliding tile puzzles, different variations of them.